another round of applause to Mala. We got back some memories of some teacher names that I still didn't reconnect with which grade they were in. But, when Jawaharlal Nehru became the Prime Minister of India, he had so many menins in his cabinet that there was this thing that said Nehru has meningitis. So tonight, I think Joe, where's Joe? It looks like you've got a little case of meningitis. But, welcome all to this celebration. It's a wonderful Golden Jubilee reunion. It's hard to imagine that 50 years have passed since we walked the halls of Holy Cross. But here we are. Some of us a little bit wiser, but definitely all of us a lot more interesting, right? Yeah. So, first and foremost, we must thank those who have organized this event together. So, anybody who's participated in the organizing committee, would you please stand up and let us recognize you? Please. Please. Thank you so much for bringing us together on this very, very special evening. Thank you. Yeah, 3 cheers to the organizers. Anybody remember the big blockbuster movie of 1975? Yeah, Sholay. So in that movie, there's this dialogue from Sanjeev Kumar that goes by as "Loha garam hai." Maar do hatoda. Remember that? Yeah. So, I was thinking about this evening, and in a sense, we, that graduating group, we were warm and ready to be shaped into the men and women we would become once we left Holy Cross. So that dialogue seemed very apt to me. And, we have a lot to thank, especially the school and our teachers, some of whom are here today. And, our teachers definitely prepared us for life. We acknowledge that. But in my case, for sure, they gave me a vision of what I could become. And helped me discover the passion that I had for research and science, things that took me along further into my career in later years. So deeply grateful to all the teachers. But a few teachers went a little further. So in 7th grade, I had this massive crush on Clara teacher. She was so well put together. She was always fashionably dressed, immaculate English. So I wrote this poem on a scrap of paper in 7th grade describing her. And I gave it to her. And I forgot, and time went by. And then 50 years later, 50 years later, during COVID, she found me out on WhatsApp. She sought me out, and she still had that scrap of paper with that poem, which she shared with me. So, Clara teacher, I still love you. Yeah. That's what I meant when I said some teachers went a little further. I remember Alex Sir, who taught English in high school. He knew I had a passion for elocution, so he would share famous speeches with me. And in 8th or maybe 9th grade, he encouraged me to read the speech by Martin Luther King Jr. It was called the I Have a Dream speech, which is a very famous speech. And I remember memorizing the speech and participating in the elocution competition. And at the time, it didn't mean a lot to me. But when I went subsequently to America and settled in America, I realized the impact that speech had on the entire African American and the black community in the United States. That speech is what created equal rights for black people in America. And it was only when I got to America and talked to other people that I realized the impact of that speech and the power of that spoken word. So I'm deeply grateful to Alex Sir for exposing me to that speech and several other speeches. Another teacher that really helped discover my passion for science was Dati teacher, Sandhya Dati. She passed away a few years ago, God bless her soul. But she and I stayed in touch over the years, and 2 or 3 years before she passed away, she visited the U.S. and she came and stayed with me and my family in Texas for a whole week. And it was such a blessing for me to reconnect with her and spend some time with her. But actually, it was even more important for my children to see what a bond between a student and a teacher could be. So I was deeply grateful, I'm still deeply grateful for what Dati Beecher did, both when she was a teacher and later on as a human being and a teacher who connected with me over the years. But those are our teachers, and there are many more stories about teachers. But tonight's also about us, right? The class of 75. And, life has taken on us from Holy Cross to, we created our own dreams, chased our dreams. We faced challenges. We built careers. We, in some cases, built families, large, small families. And in a way, we've lived lives that we should all be proud of. But tonight we are, I think, rewinding the clock to when we were in elementary school, or pre-KG, as Malaji talked about, and in middle school and high school, and so many stories to be shared. Right? Earlier, I was talking to Melanie. We